500 cities in America have declared sanctuary status for illegals. Our next guest says there is no sanctuary for American citizens. Joining us now, author of the book, Cop Under Fire, that will be Sheriff Mr. Clark, David Clark. Sheriff, welcome back. Good to see you, sir.
My pleasure, as always.
So, myself, now as a newly arrived immigrant and a fully fledged American citizen, you say that I have fewer rights than does an illegal in New York City or other sanctuary city? Is that accurate?
Well, I don't know if you have fewer rights, but you have fewer protections. In some of these cities, you mentioned 500. They're aiding and abetting criminality when they allow safe haven and safe harbor for people who are in the country illegally and have been arrested or convicted of some very serious crimes. So we're not talking about the person who comes into the country illegally and, you know, tries to blend in. And I'm not sanctioning that, but we're talking about criminal illegal aliens. We have one in Milwaukee this week who has a criminal history going back to 2011 in a catch-and-release situation. Well, just last week, he pointed a firearm at his girlfriend, at his young children, threatened them, beat them, and now he's being held. And trust me, after this one, he will be deported because we have been assisting ICE in the deportation of criminal illegal aliens.
Are you doing what you're supposed to do? If you are assisting ICE, the feds, in deporting criminal aliens from a sanctuary city, are you doing what you're supposed to do, or are you breaking the protocol of sanctuary cities?
I'm doing what the people of Milwaukee elected me to do. Look, I have an obligation, a duty and an obligation to protect people, but specifically, not only, but specifically law-abiding people as well when they're victimized by crime. And so that's why there's no pushback here. You know, this stuff has been polled in terms of law enforcement, local law enforcement. We don't have to do this. I think there's an ethical obligation as well, Stuart. Under the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics, one of the tenets is to assist with other lawful and legal law enforcement agencies in the pursuit of justice. And that's what this is here. I don't know why it's such a big deal for some of these chief executives. You know, there was a letter last week or several weeks ago signed by about 60 sheriffs and chiefs that was sent to the Senate. I didn't like this idea. Look, the feds can't make us enforce illegal immigration. We don't have the authority unless you're under the 287G, which I've applied for as well. But all they're asking is to honor the detainer. In other words, a guy's arrested for something serious. He's in the country illegally. ICE says we want a lawful detainer, which is a legal process, is a hold on to him until we can get the deportation process started. It's not indefinite. It's a short period of time. But these 60, as well as some others, these other cities are saying, we're not going to honor that. You can't make them, but then again, the feds can withhold federal funding, and I'm hoping that they do that because that's the carrot that we need to encourage people. When I say people, law enforcement executives, elected officials, mayors, governors who want to be sanctuary cities. I don't want to live in a sanctuary city.
Can we just cut right at this? Isn't this all about the Hispanic vote? If you go against being a sanctuary city, you lose the Hispanic vote, you lose the election. Isn't that what it's about?
But, well, that's what they think it is on the left, but you don't, because Donald Trump didn't do too bad with the Hispanic vote, and he was preaching this the entire time. We're talking about illegal immigration. We're talking about criminal illegal aliens. That's what he's going after initially. So you're right. It's about the votes for people on the left. But for me, I don't get involved in all that stuff. I have a duty and obligation to protect law-abiding people in this community, and I am going to do that. I'm going to use everything within my power to do that.
All right, Sheriff Clark, thanks for joining us, sir. I'm sure we'll see you again. David Clark, thank you, sir.